So my name is Rajesh. So I'm just introduction about my short profile in that. Okay, 16 years of experience in MuleSoft, Delbumi, TIPCO, Snap, and Workato, Snowlogic, so Jitterbit. So I have a couple of middleware experience also there, and working as an enterprise integration architect. So I have certified in the different platforms like TOGAF and MuleSoft, Delbumi, TIPCO like that. Right. Okay. So basically what happens, so we have seen that, okay, different profiles and also different backgrounds of technology experience in that. Okay. So basically what happened today, so the integrations is that, okay, multiple applications are going on that, like, okay, today that any, like as a corporate or client system or anything, you just go in that, okay, you cannot see that, okay, one system or one application will not resolve that, okay, all your problems means, okay, your functional, you can say that, okay, your domain business in that. But the thing what happened nowadays, actually, that is going to actually integrations, like, okay, you can n number of application you can use it, but how the data transfer happen in that, because it is dependence. Okay, so we will go further in the details in that. Okay, what today in that, okay, what exactly that, okay, this enterprise service bus, so why we will use this ESB, where it is coming to the picture in that, okay, for integrations. Okay, and other than Mule, so you have any like competitions in that? Okay, we will see that, okay, a lot of in that, okay, there's a middleware providers are there. Okay, we'll see that. And also we'll see that, okay, core concepts Mule ESP in that, okay, which is already there in that, okay, middleware. So why it is famous in that? Because of their features, concepts. Okay, that's what in that, okay, the Mule. So okay, if it is time permitted, we can go for that, okay, short demo in that, okay, how that actually that knowledge or practical, somebody has to know that, okay, so this is the way I development I will do that. Okay, so today, so like most of that, actually, that's all our typical is there, but still I will actually, all the candidates are there in that. Okay, so I just keep in my mind in that way, so I'm teaching in that, right? So we will go for that. Okay, so you can see the picture in that legacy integrations in that, like, okay, what I told in that initially. So today you can see that any client application, any client or any corporate or anything, consumers are there in that. Okay, they are using, okay, multiple applications. You can see that ADP payroll system or Oracle payroll system or any other payroll system in that. Okay, Salesforce is a CRM application they're using. Not only Salesforce or any other, that's Sibyl CRM or any other CRM, Sugar CRM or any other CRM in that. Okay, so like ServiceNow, Coupa is there, and these are all systems are there in that. Okay, you can see multiple applications are using in that. So before what happened just 20-25 years back, you can say that. So we cannot see that, we were not seeing these applications in that, because the single based applications happen in that way. Like, okay, one administrator application is there, it will, okay, it resolves that, okay, all the issues, like included your payroll system, HR system, and also your attendance in that, client management system, your CRM, everything is went in that way. But the slowly, it's actually decentralized that application in that way, like independently develop that application because of their complex functionality or complex business in that. So business is growing in that way. So applications also, each and every domain has increased that application. Now you can say that you can go for the e-commerce application. In e-commerce also, multiple applications. There is the order management system, payment system, shipping system, like that. So many systems arrived in that today. For today's scenario, you can see that, okay, many applications are there in that, like that. Okay, so now you understood that actually why it has many applications in that. Okay, because of the functionality, right? Right, this is very good. But the thing what happened, these application owners, like, okay, Oracle Financial, ADP, that are else Salesforce, they won't do that integration. They won't, they come and they will try to integrate your application, a number of applications. They won't do that. They will, they can facilitate your integration facilities, but you have to take care in that way. That means what happened, again the problem has started. So before that, okay, single based application to multiple applications came resolved, but now it is what happened, again the problem started, you have to take care. So what happened, the corporate companies or client companies, whatever they're in that, okay, they started their own development or they're given into third party, like that. Okay, they started development in that. These are lines, or it is called connectivity, which is actually data transfer in that. But again, the problem has again started here. So when it is coming to here like that, the problem is when it is coming to this one system to other system to other system, you actually see multiple lines like multiple connectivities. So development effort is required. Okay, we don't know how much time also sometimes what happen. You know that. So this ADP systems required some XML, but this Salesforce required is expecting as a JSON format in that. So you need to convert, you need to establish the connection, and you need to transform that. Okay, everything in that. So that is everything is there in that. Okay, each and every system has problem in that. So that's what the resolution of that. Okay, so enterprise service is all resolved in that. Like how it is coming that ESB resolved, you have a source systems in that, you have a target systems. What is source system and target system? So source systems is nothing but, okay, you are connecting to source system which is you are taking a data, and also the target system which is actually taking the data, and you are actually either you modified or maybe in that, okay, you adding the data and give it to the target system. So this is the way ESB role happen. So what exactly that, okay, ESB will do that, okay, like previous slide compared to that, okay, point to point integration, you can say that. So this will actually that, okay, the point to point integration, the before slide, you see that, okay, lot of problems, development effort is there, and also you can see that, okay, each and every line, that every connectivity you need to develop, this a duplication has happened. And also you actually that when you that source and target formats, I don't know the source what system is there. Sometimes what happened the Java system, sometimes what happened SAP, sometimes Salesforce. I need to connect in that. So whole time, in order to connect in that, okay, so I need to spend the time. So where exactly the business functionality implementing? Because of that, enterprise services what is telling in that, okay, don't worry about that. Okay, I will clear about all your basic problems in that. Okay, your connectivities in that. You concentrate on the business problems. Okay, so I'll ready to make it. Okay, whatever the target is, their system or whatever source system, I'll ready to connect in that, irrespective of anything in that. Right. So what exactly that ESB in that? So ESB is in a software architecture for middleware. Okay, it is in a specification in that. You follow these rules, ESB, telling that, okay, you can easily resolve your issues in that. Okay, and it is support service oriented architecture. We can actually services are there in that. Okay, we can integrate with the services using this ESB in that, and hide complexity, simplify access in that. Right. So you can hide the complexity where it is actually complexity in the point to point. You are trying to connect in that, okay, one of the system SAP, you need to concentrate how SAP connecting in that. You need to write a prepare the code and also that. So lot of concept complexity is there. But what simplify access for the TSP, how it is happened? You just go in configuration in that, okay, username and password or where system, this system you are connecting to SAP in that. So it's ready to connect in that way. So it is a fraction of seconds you can connect and you can test it in that. So that effort is decreased, right? So then you are actually concentrate on the payload. Payload does that, like nothing but your content, your data, right? So integration driven by the business requirements. That's what available technology. You any technology. Yes, what ESB is telling that, okay. So you take you actually Java, Python, or SAP, Salesforce, Oracle, Coupa, ServiceNow, Jira, anything I can connect it. Irrespective of any technology. I don't mind that, okay, what technology you're using. Okay. Then I can connect it, I can get the rate of the data, or I can give the data. So that's what. So what exactly that, okay, ESB features you can give that. The features like, okay, you have a routing. What is routing? Okay, in coming session, okay, coming slides, okay, so I can show you that, okay, what exactly routing in that way. Okay, so routing means, okay, your source system here and target system is here, how your data is transferred to here in that. Okay, that was routing. So in between what happened in that way. Okay, so that is actually it is creating the routing. Message transformation and message enhancement, these are all actually message. Okay, in ESP what happened, these are all a event driven architecture. Event contain messages in that. So message contains what happened, there's a header parameters and also payload. So payload is nothing but content of the data. You are connecting to FTP system, so you are actually reading that CSV file. The CSV file is the data. Okay, that is called payload in that. Okay, so header parameters in that, okay, that's called some. So in mule, like generally attributes like that. Okay, you have file name, what exactly that okay file content in that way. So what exactly the size is there in that, like that's they're called header parameters for FTP. So each and every parameters will change it to your source system. For example, you are connecting to API system. So through API you are connecting, the API parameters are different in that okay header parameter. Like that, you can do the transformation. What is transformation? You can do that okay. You can actually convert it into the to one format to other format. For example, you are receiving that okay JSON format, you can convert to other XSL format. So any format you can do that. Protocol transformation, sometimes what happen, you required in that okay your third party systems. Generally what happen, the requirement is that, for example, you are integrating to third party systems in that, but third party systems are expecting HTTPS integrations, but you have actually HTTPS SSL implementation in that. That's the thing what happened, you need to integrate in that okay, but you have to expecting in that okay, you don't have any expectation HTTP, you can convert to as an HTTP to HTTP as a proxy type in that way. So you can actually transformations, you can do the protocol transform, that's called HTTP to HTTPS. Service mapping, process mappings, you can do that okay. You have a source and target system, how the mappings is there, like your data corresponding that left and right side data, like source and target data, you need to mappings in, okay. So and chronography service orchestration, you can build the logic in that okay. So how you can that okay, you can actually use that okay filters conditions based on that okay some specific conditions. For example, you are receiving the data from Exane actually that all the employees, but you require only active employees. So you can go for the status is active and you can filter it that okay only particular data you can retrieve it. That's what you can use in that okay different components in that way. Security and transaction management, definitely that okay today we can see that okay today in the world, so we need to follow that okay security. Either you can say that okay security mechanisms, don't afraid about this OAuth, JWT, some other tokens, like security mechanisms, these are all our configuration matter okay, you should understand in that way. Okay, so OAuth, so that ESB also providing that okay in order to you connect your source system, or else you are actually establishing or you are creating APIs, you can also make in that okay these security features in that. Transaction management, you know that okay, so multiple transaction managements are there in that okay. Like you can say that okay, you can go for an ATM, like okay one transaction is failed, you're trying to withdraw money. So if it's like okay your transaction has debited, but the thing in the same time you not received the money from that okay ATM. So what happened again after some time, that is okay revoked it. Like you can say that okay again back to that okay normal system in that like okay. So that's called transaction, one level is there in that okay, so one it is failed, other one is failed, like that. This transaction management also possible in ESB. Okay, right. What I told actually that's a features in that, but who will actually, that's a specification. You follow these rules, but who will come to that implementation in that? That's what these MuleSoft, Delbumi, TIBCO, Fuse, Jitterbit, SnapLogic, Workato, so many tools are came into that. Okay, we have implementation. Oh, each and every tool has features. Exactly that. Okay, some of the features are matching ESP, some of the, so these features are competition from among them. Like you can say that okay comparison between MuleSoft and Delbumi, some actually that okay well in that okay MuleSoft, some features in that Delbumi in that way. Okay, like that. So we will actually have like so many, there's 100+ tools are there in that. Okay, there's 100+, that's okay, so many tools are there for implementation in that. Okay, so MuleSoft has tremendous features in that we are going to see in that okay MuleSoft explicitly in that. Right, you can see that okay pictures of this Mule ESB. Okay, so this is like I told in that okay initially I was told the message content. Okay, every actually that's middleware concepts like event driven architecture. Event contains, I told event driven content, every events are there. In event contain okay message. Okay, I'm related to Mule. Okay, Mule has event and Mule has message in that even event, and also variables are there. So message contains attributes and also payload. Attributes I told metadata. It's called a header data that way. You are connecting to API system. You're connecting to an API. Okay, some of the third party system has an API. You need to retrieve the data. Okay, from the MuleSoft point, what you can do, you connect into API system and you retrieve the data. So in that attributes, that's called header parameters. Like that, what is the post method or get method, and what exactly the query parameters are URI parameters. Okay, if it is post method, what is your payload? Payload, again, it is coming to content in that. Okay, payload. What is payload? Is that it's a content of the data. For example, you are connecting to same API system, you are retrieving data. The response has there, right? Okay, the response has a payload. If not, you are connecting to FTP, you are actually retrieving the data, something like, okay, you are connecting to FTP system, you're retrieving that, okay, Excel or something like, okay, CSV file. The CSV file content is there, right? That is called payload. Okay, that's called generally business data. And variables, you know that, okay, anything, any language you can do, like you can create a variables, and you can something like, okay, you can assign the variables and you can retrieve the variable. So Mule has also variables. Okay, we can somewhere we can store it. Okay, some batch operations you are going on that. Okay, you have something like, okay, some parameters you require, then you can retrieve it, and you can whenever you want, actually you can create it. You can whenever you want, you can create it and you can use it, right? So I can call actually that Mule building blocks, like, okay, you can say that these are all our features, components in that way. So in addition, like, okay, so comparison to other middleware, so these are actually more features are there, like connectors, ready-made connectors are there. Okay, so can go in SAP or Salesforce or anything other system in that way. So ServiceNow or any other connectors. So there is a 300 plus connectors are readily available in that. You can go and connect, you can retrieve that data. So others comparison, okay. So more connectors are available in the Mule in that. So just only you have required endpoint. That's okay. Just see the configuration, host and address port number in that. Okay. I think most of the thing TIBCO already there in that. Okay. TIBCO has actually some of the connectors, and you can connect it in, okay, basic parameters in that. Right. So like that, okay, filters are there, and you can filter it. Okay, coming to logic in that, okay, you want to status active, or else you want to be actually some specific conditions, you can retrieve the data, or you can filter it, you can do that. And other components, okay, you can connect in the, okay, web services, either SOAP or REST. Okay, so any other applications are there, you can connect in that way. And also routers in that. So there is actually like, okay, you can parallel process you got to connect in that way. Something like, okay, you want to connect in that, okay, source systems has a three systems you want. Okay, you want to aggregate in that, okay, three systems. Okay, you can do that. Okay, parallel activity also that way. So that's what in that, okay, which called routers. Okay, we can see that, okay, these are all our in the Mule's components in that. And transformations in that, you can say that, okay, there is a 17 and 18 plus transformations are there ready made. No need to do anything in that way. The transformation is nothing but, okay, transform is a component in that, okay, in the Mule. So where actually it is coming to that, okay, all our configuration except this some script is required. You know that, okay, even TIBCO you have something like, okay, you have the scripts how you are using in that. Okay, same like that here also. There is a data view language, so you are actually that script you can use it. So like, okay, you need to convert from JSON to like XML conversion. So we can go ahead from one state of one line, you can actually convert in that. So basically, actually, so our actually effort is decreasing into conversion in that. That's what ready-made transformations are there in that, right? So wrappers or process blocking, so these are all additional that you can say that. And also exception strategy. So you know that, okay, any languages are we required in that, okay, exception handling in that way. So these are all also possible in that, okay, Mule ESP in that, right? Right. Okay. Coming to Mule in that, okay, how it is flow is there. Okay. Most of the middlewares are most more or less is it, okay, same in that way. One middleware, you know. So whatever you are changing that, okay, middleware and that, okay, that's what. Okay. So you already TIBCO, you know very well in that way. Okay. You already Mule in that, okay, you can learn in the Delbumi. You already Delbumi, you know, and you can Mule also you can learn it in that way. So very easy in that way. Right. Okay. So in the Mule, what happened? So we will call flow. Okay. These are all our apps in that, okay, Mule apps. So we can call in that, okay, Mule flow. So basically what happened? We have a message processor, or I can call a component in that way. So each message processor has, sorry, okay, and content in that, okay, can say that, okay, one, each message processor has input and output, input, output. This output is going to input of this component. This output is going to input of this component in that. Like that, So we actually connecting to one component to other component. Okay. So in order to this flow, we need to trigger in that. Okay. We have, okay, we have something like, okay, trigger components required. That's called in that. Okay. So endpoint. Okay. So basically you're developing that. Okay. Any APIs in that way. So HTTP endpoint is there. Sometimes we will use in that, okay, you're connecting to some scheduler. So you want to do schedule your activity each and every time, or any like each and like every hour you need to connect into your source system and you need to retrieve the data. You can use a scheduler. Scheduler is that, okay, component from this, okay, endpoint. Or else JMS, you know that, okay, message processors, like, okay, you want to queue your topics are there, like you want to these messages you are into queue or topics in that way, like, okay, you are in the message processing. So you can actually message listener or something like, okay, you are endpoint also there in that. So like that, we have endpoints in that, okay, different, okay, development you can use it in that. So anything is there in that, okay, parallel process, that's called router schedule. So we have, for example, scatter getter is a router in that, okay, mule in that. So you can do the parallel process and you can aggregate in that, okay, result in. So like that, so we can do that, okay, using the mule flow. So what we discussed in that, okay, all the components you can see that, okay, the features. So we can connect business applications or any business application, portals, and also B2B partners in that, okay, any partner we can connect either through API or connectors or in that way. Data sources in that, okay, your databases also you can connect it. Any database you can connect it in that way. Okay. And also just only configuration matters. Okay. The adapters are connectors. You can call into TIBCO as an adapters and work in that way. So that CRE connectors are there. Like that, message broker, transport of security. Okay. All this we can call mules of any point platform. Any point we can connect it in that. Okay. Due to the point to point problem, any point we can connect it in that. Right. So that's all the theoretical explanation in that. Okay. Mule in that. Do you have any questions in that? Okay. Before we are going to practical how mule development is there in that. So I'll show in that. Okay. Some demo in that way. So any questions from till now? I'll pass. Right. Any questions?
Yeah, hi Rajesh, Ashish here.
Yes, Ashish.
So, yeah, as you explained about Mule, so if I wanted to know about the basic difference between like another technology, if suppose I'm using TIPCO, so what is the basic difference between TIPCO and Mule?
Yeah, actually, what happened? TIPCO has like, okay, I don't know now what is features is now exactly there, but still I think the gap only there. So API management today, you know that, okay. So MuleSoft is like instead of using these batch processes, API. So we need to make APIs in that because we have something like SOAP APIs, or we need to integrate in that OPS. So API manager is not there in that way. Okay, so Mule something like, okay, and also transformations. Okay, when you do the transformations in that, okay, we have a ready-made transformations are there in that, okay, from JSON to XML in that. When it is come to TIBCO in that, okay, so we need to write in that, okay, so like in that, okay, what you call in the queries, I forgot to name it that, okay, what you call in that, okay, Excel or something. You need to write something like, okay, your code development, and also you can see that, okay, just so connectors are there in that, okay. In order to connectors, okay. So MuleSoft has not only the TIBCO, any other doesn't have in that, okay, more like connectors in that, okay. So connectors in contain 300 plus connectors are there in that, okay. And also you can see that, okay, exception strategy, coming to the exception strategy, you can actually individually exception strategy there. For TIBCO is very difficult and you can achieve it, but everything you need to write it in that way. So these are all ready-made features in that way. Okay,
Mhm.
and you can see
Okay.
that, okay, transformations you cannot, okay, you want transformation, it will take effort. So I can say that one client has asked in that way, actually comparison between, but not typical another. So instead of development it's taking time to, so 5 days, so mule is going to 3 days in that way. So I just actually comparison with Delbumi and MuleSoft. So Delbumi
Mhm.
is taking to me that, okay, there's actually simple SAP to interface wise given to client in that quotation from SAP to something like, okay, you other source system. So my effort also it is decreased in that, okay, due to that, okay, that ready-made availabilities in that.
Mhm. And here, as you told about connectors, so the connectors, it may be like it may be related to SAP, it may be related to CRM, it may be related to JDC, I mean JDBC or database, but may be related to file. So all these are inbuilt or it's kind of plugin that we have to install explicitly.
Yeah, good question. So actually, we have by default some of the connectors are available, like Salesforce is default available, JDBC default available. So if you require in that, so I'll show you in that. Okay. So there is actually just only you need to just it's a plugin type only. You need to install in that way. So when it is because we have 300 400 connectors, it is going to heavy weight in that way. So our application. So when it is required in that SAP, you can go for an SAP and we can install it. Same as some ActiveMQ is already there by default. But if you have something like okay Kafka, some other messengers, you can go and we can install it. It's a very simple matter. It's like a dependency to add it in.
Okay. And all those are I mean free of cost, or we have to pay for that?
Yeah, okay. Most of the things are free. For example,
Mhm.
Civil CRM is there. That is actually premium connector. But most of the things are free. So if you take a license, actually, like okay, so most of the concept, most of the connectors are free, but except some of the premium connectors are there. So even I also worked in that okay, very less. I worked within a Civil CRM. That's a premium connector in that. So apart from that, even I did also work in that premium because all are free in that. SAP free, JDBC free. These are all commonly Kafka will free in that. Okay, Service now Coupa will free, and what anything other Jira is there now. It is coming in that. Okay, so all are most of the things are free. If it is not available connector, okay. So
Mhm.
actually, what happened here? The connector inside nothing else is there. There are API calling. So what we can do that, for example, you don't have anything like, okay, your premium connector is there. For example, CRM. Without actually premium connector also, we can connect using their APIs. How it is that, okay, so through API, they will give the data. So what we can do that, okay, sometimes what happens, Salesforce connector, without connector also, we can connect it in Salesforce. So how it is not a writing the code in that. Just actually we'll call in that, okay, there is a HTTP request which will consume that, okay, this API from there, okay. So you can call that API and you can return the data.
Mhm.
So that is
And how
possible.
about how about the messaging? Like messaging would be like here in TIPCO, like we do have a EMS. So here,
Messaging
it's
here actually like most of the okay open sources we use. TIPCO EMS also we can connect, but here there is a MQ is there, like how TIPCO is providing that okay explicitly that EMS MQ is there. There is
Mhm.
MQ is any part MQ can call that. Okay, so that is also there by default, but that is actually payment in that. But most of the things are will connect in that. Okay, active MQ. So there is the active
Mhm.
MQ, so we will use it, or else we can go for that Kafka, or else we can go for the okay, any Redis in that way. These are all
Okay.
correct.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Yeah. Thank you, Rajesh. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. So, thanks very much. Yeah, thank you. Right. So,
Sir,
please.
question from my side. Sir, is there like a Java required for this Mules learning MuleSoft?
Okay. So, yeah. Okay. So, basic things you need to learn in that. Okay. So, anything, say, irrespective of, I'm not actually encouraging or something like okay, but the deal should be there in that. Okay. So, without qualification, also you can go and MuleSoft, you can learn it, get it a job in that. Okay. It's all our depends on our own confidence in that way. Okay. You don't know anything, but you want a job in that way, you can get it in that way. MuleSoft is actually lot of features are sorry, lot of opportunities are there in that. Okay, irrespective of any qualification. Okay, I don't mind that. Okay, any qualification you have in that way, but you need to basic things. You can go and the basic things. Okay, daily you can spend it in that way. So this is a 1 month course. So what I told initially, I'll start in that way. So I'll tell you that okay, these are the basic things. Go and you Google and you can get. For example, API concepts you required in that. So basically, what happened in Mule, we will actually develop that API. So most of the things actually that okay, 50% development APIs. So you know that actually concepts that API. At least you know the okay post request and also APIs are two types are there. So there is a SOAP type of there and REST in that. So what is the difference and how it is there in that? Okay, you need to understand theoretical. Go and Google just only half an hour or 1 hour is enough, not more than it. And And also API, there's a post. What is API? So you can go for the REST API. Most of you can concentrate on REST only. So very less in that. Okay, something okay. We can also create a SOAP APIs also, but it's very less in that. Okay, according to that okay client requirement. But okay, most REST APIs you should know in that way. The REST APIs. Okay, what is the post method and what is the get in that? There is other methods are there, but you should consider are these other things and other things in that. Okay, so you have like okay what is FTP or SFTP in that. Okay, when I will tell you that okay what exactly there in that. Okay, and while you're learning this API concept in that. Okay, you should know that okay application used in that. Okay, like okay, so I'm connecting to some system in that. Okay, you need to retrieve the data. So what exactly the data is there, something like some CSV file. So basic that okay database concept in that. Okay, database in that. Okay, so you can MySQL, you can use it. MySQL, just CRUD operations is enough in that. Create, read, update, and delete operations in that. Okay, so these things are there in that. Okay, whatever I'm teaching that. Okay, so when it is coming to the topic, so you learn this one and just okay you concentrate on. So 15 minutes or 30 minutes, okay, concentrate on that. So you can clear about that. So basically what happened in the middleware, you should know that, okay, multiple applications are there, your data is coming, so how data is passing, you should understand, okay. And there is a data view language, I will tell you that, okay, that is a very easy script in that, okay, all dot, you can get the data, but you should understand the logic in that way, okay. So for time being, it's okay. So what is the basic things are there in that, okay, you can basic APIs in that. Okay, basic things are database skills are there, and basic integration knowledge in that. Integration knowledge means multiple applications are. So you have something like okay, you're connecting to some source system, you're retrieving the data, some processing you're giving to target system. Basically, we are doing that. Okay, source and target system processing in that way. Okay, so while I'm actually in the middle of that, okay, when any topic is I'm starting that, okay, I'll just okay inform you that okay, so these are the things you follow, you can follow it, right? So is it clear? Right. Okay. So before we're going to development in that, okay, we will see that okay short demo. So what we can do that, okay, we will develop an API, just simple API. So how we will actually like okay implementing MuleSoft. So now you understand in that okay, okay. So you have to prepare your mindset in that okay. Without knowledge, don't have any background of knowledge in that. Okay. So this the development will go like that. Okay. Right. So before going to development in that, okay, we required in that okay development IDE. So that's what again basic IDE is nothing but okay you need to write something like any language or something like you require some IDE, integrated development environment. So that IDE is required in that. Here for MuleSoft we required okay MuleSoft Studio. So something we need to write, right? Somewhere in that we need to write, right? So you need to download the studio, right? So you can type it. So don't worry about the 30 days free trial. Development is free, but when you deployment, you're developing some application. Again, here the basic concept. So you're developing that application, you deploy it somewhere in that, okay? Because I developed in my laptop or my local system, but I need to every time I cannot actually run my system, right? So I'll somewhere in that, okay, I'll deploy it either cloud or on-prem in that. Cloud means cloud facilities, on-prem means you have some data center is there. I'll come to that, okay, point in that, okay, when we discussion in that, okay, deployment in that. Okay, so like that they will charge it in that. Okay, so that taking that okay license is only for the deployment in that. Development is nothing. No need actually in that development. So you can go for that okay according to your Linux or Mac or anything. So you can go for the operating system and you can download it in. So once you download it, so you can get a zip file. It's not exe file, zip file. Okay, so for me, let me go for that. Okay, so how looks like I'll show you that. So this is the zip file. Okay, okay, keep it in that. So before extracting in that okay zip file, so you need actually Java. Okay, either Oracle or open source Java, anything you can download it. Okay, just go for the Oracle Java. So you can download it. Let me go for the download directly. We'll go for that. Okay, you required this Java. latest version 1.8 plus is required. Okay, so now it is 12 or something, 16. Okay, 16 is there. You can download it JDK. So you can download. This is exe file. You need to install it. Okay, either your 64-bit you go, or Mac you can go Mac. Okay, once you install it, this Java, so your system, you download it and you have to install it in that. Okay, so once you've done it in that way, your installation you have done in that. So what you can see that in the program files, if you're in a 64-bit, in my case, so you can go for that Java. So you can see that I have other version also there. So basically JDK 15 is there, and you can see this. This path is required to us. Okay. So once done installation, your whatever you have, again you can go for that. Okay. When you have downloaded, right? So you are downloaded, right? So you downloaded that. Okay. Softwares. Okay. So you extract it. You extract it near to your directory, root directory. So, okay. So either maybe your D directory or C directory or other E directory, whatever it is, maybe you extract it. So because if you go long path, so you will get actually again notification that okay, near to that, okay, root directory, right? So it's not like a multiple folders in that way. Okay. So what you can do, you can, I just actually copied into C. So I extracted here Anypoint Studio. For my case, you can see that extracted. Okay. After that extraction, okay, we are any WinZip file you extract it, right? Properly you extract it. If any error is there, even you can actually extract it successfully also, the problem will come to the case studio. So you can go for that here, configuration settings, there is a. So open any notepad. Okay, you install notepad plus plus plus. So it's a look and feel good, and you can identify the languages also. So now we can see that. So there is actually yeah, 6th and 7th line. 6th line, you go, generally it is commented like that. Ash, commented like that. Okay, you need to remove this, and this is also commented like that. You remove it. Okay, some path is there, like that only path is there. You replace it. Okay, up to before bin. Okay, where is the path replacing? You go and this copy. I told I have a right. I have program files, Java, JDK 15, this path. Okay, keep it okay up to bin java double dot sorry, this bin java double dot exe file, exe path, and you just this path replace. Once you're done, just that's all. Save it and open it in that. So open it where it is there. So in my C drive, okay, this one, your application you start it. Okay, so you can choose your path. Okay, you're writing that okay flows are that right, so small programs you can call it, that where it is storing. So you can like okay, you have to give the path in that where it is storing. By default it's a C directory, it will come. You can actually like okay, you can browse it and you can where you want actually like. Okay, so you can, for my case, I can go for that. Okay, this is July. Okay, right, I just created that. Okay, can go for it. So now it is opening your studio.
So Rajesh, only unzipping of that file, Anypoint file is fine, correct? We don't need to, I mean, install this software.
No need installation is there. For Anypoint Studio or Mule, we don't install anything. Just extraction, you can get a folder. So I can show you that okay, folder already there. So it will take time actually. That I'll show you
Uh,
that. Yeah,
Rajesh,
this
any
is
other plugins also don't need to install, right?
no plugins, no
We
nothing.
can just unzip and add it.
That yeah, just okay. If you unzip, it's already there, but it's okay. You just actually extracted into here in that. That's all. So yes, I already there overwriting. Just extract it. So you can see that okay, maybe this yeah, okay, it is going Anypoint Studio. Like that extraction will happen. That's all. No need to do anything in that. Okay. Okay. So that is going. It's okay. Just so now it
And
is
which
opening.
file you modified, Java path? Can you just show it again?
Yeah. I have modified folder. Like okay. Settings, configuration settings. This one.
Okay.
The
Okay.
Anypoint Studio configuration settings. 2 KB is there. Just actually, it's a text file. You can go open it in that. Right. So this is okay. So we are started. Just actually, we'll get some pop-up. You can close it, and you can see this is the studio. Same like Tupke Studio, something. Tipco type only. So you can see that okay, studio. This is like okay, first time you're opening that studio in that. Okay, so you are loading these modules. So just wait for that okay loading modules till complete. Like it's okay, your process is it's a fast, it's okay, fine. You can go on the parallel, but otherwise you wait for that okay loading the module. First time it will take time, and you actually basically this is running your system 8 GB RAM is enough, and your system is might be okay. i3 also you can use, i5 is prefer, but i3 also you can use it, but you can change your hard drive to SSD. Generally you have HDD hard drive, right? Your laptops, you can replace your space or anything. So just actually SSD drive, any size in that way. You can 125 also you can get it in that way, 128 also you can get it. So you can get it replaced very fast. Okay, so you can improve your process in that way, very fast in that. So irrespective of RAM in that, either sometimes 4 GB also you can work it in that way. No need to. That's what you're all are searching in that way. So already existing jobs is okay, but somebody who has actually, well, don't go in that. Okay, MuleSoft Studio is required. Very high-end laptop. Go and purchase. That is don't do in that way. That is enough in that way. If you SSD drive is there, 8 GB RAM is enough in that, irrespective of any processor, either i3 or i5. i7 is okay, well and good in that. Right? Okay. Basically, my personal system is in the okay, i5 only. Okay, 8 GB RAM only. So I'm actually comfortable in doing that, right? So that's what. Right. So this is okay. We are going to see that the first time the left side is there, you can open it. Maybe your extraction is completed. So you can see that okay, this extraction is there like that. So you can go further. I can open for you. See by default it is there like that path. You need to remove this command, and you need to 6th and 7th line remove it. And I told actually this replace the path. Okay, once you done the path and close it, save it. Okay, save it and you can open it. Where it's this one, you can open it, and you can make a shortcut in that. Okay, that's okay, that you already know. That's just I made actually shortcut in that way. Here some studio somewhere it is there. Yeah, somewhere it is there in the okay, so is there here. Okay, so you can make it. Right. So the first time you're opening, right? Okay, so create a mule project. So what you will do, right? Some basics. Who are actually need a basics, right? You can go and Postman also. You can install it for Postman. So generally, most preferably we will use in that REST API testing in that. So once you've done at API's development, right? You need to test it in that. Okay, it's already there in that. Okay, you can go and install it. Browser can open it, and you can go for the Postman installation. We require this one installation. Okay, I'll tell you that okay, this is a demo, right? So I'm not going to deep into installation in that because we already reached time in that. So what we'll do that okay, in the first class I will tell you that okay, what all the basic installation and everything. Okay, I'll tell you that I'll cover for installation. So database also we'll cover it in that. Okay, right? Postman you install it. So you can see that okay, Postman. I'm going to other, I have already there, but I'm going to here, right? So this is okay tab. So I have multiple tabs. Don't worry about that. Okay, you can get all fresh tabs in that, but this is the tab new one. So what we will do that okay now. Okay, so we will develop an API. So how APIs looks like? Okay, some 8081, some test. Okay, I'm not going to deep into that APIs. What exactly that? Okay, query parameter or post or just get method. Okay, it's a get method. This is the URL. Okay, API means you require a URL. That's all. Authentication is different matter. Okay, but you require this one. What I will do, I need to develop that API. Okay, so for this API, what happened? So you need to connect MySQL database. Okay, so MySQL database, MySQL. Okay, you can connect it DB and retrieve the data. And also for me, this is I need to expect the JSON response. JSON. That means what happened? I'll go Postman. For my case, HTTP localhost 8081 test. This is my endpoint. If I'm sending here my request response is JSON. Okay. What is the data I need to connect? You go and connect in the database. Basically, what happened? Your database you're not exposing to outside because of this API scheme. Okay, you cannot give a database details to somebody third party. You can get a query, you can get the details. You know that you need to connect in the database. Lot of security reasons are there in that. Nobody will give you that. Okay, don't worry, third party system. So what I will do, I'll give an API to whatever system you can call it in that. So we can limitedly we can make a access to our database in that. That's called API use in that way. Okay, right. So what I will do that. So we will develop that. Okay, so the same functionality in the Mule. So you understand that. Okay, development is okay. This is the way development. Somebody doesn't know that. Okay, background of development or anything, right? Okay. So what I will do, test API. I'm just writing in the name or demo or something, whatever. You actually project name. You can get it the project name. So you can finish it. Sometimes it is fast, sometimes slow. Don't worry. I think my system has not shut down in that. Okay, last time. It's going some little bit slow. So when you see that the right side palette is there, right? So when you create the project, right side your components, you can call the message processor, that connectors are everything is active in that way. Okay. So this is the structure of the token. So your folder structure, you can see that. Okay, Mule application. So all our SRC main Mule, you can see that all are XML.xml. You can see the multiple XML also. In XML contain message flow, global elements, configuration XML. Okay. So and other things are I'm not going to details in that, not required in that. Okay, in this moment. So something like okay, property files you can do, some assets are there, you can keep it in that way. Okay. So this is main important. When message flow is at design mode. Okay. When you go to configuration XML, you can see that you cannot able to see that. Okay, components. You can write alternatively. You can XML also can write it. You can create your flows in that. Okay. So otherwise, when you design, automatically that generated code. No need to worry about that way, right? Okay. So this is a flow. Okay. What I will do that. Okay, and see that is nothing empty is there. Okay. Later we will see that. Okay, how this code happening. Now, what I told in that. Okay, the first second or slide in that way. In order to start our development, okay, we require some endpoint is there. What is endpoint now? The URL is endpoint, right? Something is trigger. This I'm triggering. Then only I can see that. So this endpoint I need to develop it. Okay, in the endpoint, what are the parts are there? This is get method, HTTP, and this is my source local 8081. Generally, it will has a domain URL, subdomain or domain URL. That's okay, fine. Here you just only understand localhost 8081. That's what running one my local system, and this is the path. Okay, this is like okay, that like URL in that. What I will do that. So in order to develop that any API in the Mule, you take HTTP listener. Blindly you will take it. This is 90% we will use in that. Okay, most of the listener only. Okay. So every time we'll teach you in that. Okay, don't worry about that. Okay, options because we are repeating that. So when you see that, right, same TIBCO how the configuration happening that the same like that is. Now you can see that listener, you wanted to change your name HTTP listener, whatever name you can get it. The connector configuration is there. Okay, go for that. Okay, plus. Okay, so what I told, I need to configure for this path. Okay, this URL endpoint. I'm going to configure now endpoint. Okay, forget about other options. Okay, now protocol. What is protocol now? HTTP. Let it be there in that. Okay, HTTP. If you have HTTPS, you can do HTTP. Yes, right. Interfaces. Okay, my it is local host and port number is 8081. You can change it port number. It is not fixed. Any port number you can use it. That is not at all problem in that. Okay, I used 8081. Local host also I configured. That's all. Okay, other options we can see that later in that. Okay, later classes. Okay, done, right? Okay, now coming to path. What is the path? I configured from up to here. Okay, and test. Okay, my path is test. That's all. Okay, that's all. I configured. Now what happened? So I configured my endpoint. Okay, so now you can do the process. Okay, so what I will do, my process is that, okay, if I'm connecting, so need to connect the database, and database results are object type. You cannot actually response in that. Okay, what your JSON, we need to convert to JSON, and the JSON response we will give it to here in that response. So how it is there? So I'm just adding the logger. Generally what happened, logger, we have logging writing that any applications loggers are there. Loggers is a tracking your application where something is a problem is there, or something like happily is following in that way. Okay, my flow is correct, or anything. Loggers are there in the common for any language in that, any development. I'm not going to detail in the logger in that, but I'm just going to that. Okay, here just fx. I'm not going to details what fx is there. Fx generally what happen, you can write your script in that way. Okay, so I can start in the string flow started, just giving. Okay, we are concentrating on that. Okay, how you connectivity is there in that. Okay, right flow. If you not write also log, is not a problem. Now what happened? Now here I need to connect a database. That's all. Database, these many options are there. See how many options are there? Delete, update are there. Okay, for me required select. I just selected that. Okay, I'm retrieving the data from the database from select component. So if you are delete some other things, other we can choose it. Now again, is that okay? Connector, right? Again we connector. I told in the demo all are configuration. If you write a Java, Python, JDBC program, you need to write it. Okay, driver register, and you also retrieve the data. You actually one by one record you need to do. Just second the matter. I'm just going slowly in that way. Otherwise, we can go further. You can choose your connection anything. Okay, for my case, MySQL connection. Okay, when we actually connecting MySQL, we require a driver in that. So you will get a driver from that. Okay, so either maybe Google or maybe you can MySQL. You can get it Google. So you can go for that. Okay, MySQL jar. Oh, sorry, Maven you can go. The Maven you can get it easily. Maven repository. Okay, so MySQL you can type it. MySQL connected. You can download this is the jar file. Okay, any version. I already have in that. I'm not going to download. Okay, download it. This one. Yeah, this one jar. Okay, so you configure first. Just local. Go to browse. Okay. MuleSoft. Okay, I have this jar file. Okay, right. So I have done in that. See the green is coming. That okay, you are right configured in that. Okay, jar file. Now what I will do that host. Already I have a database, so I'm opening in that. I am also not going to deep how installation in that. It is out of that. Okay, MuleSoft, but I can cover you in that. Okay, actual classes. Some installation is there in that way. Try to help you that. So I'm connecting to MySQL database. I'll show you that. Okay, So what exactly, which table I'm connecting, right? So I can connect you. So world, this is the table. I got a data. Okay. So this is the schema. That's what database basic skills is required, and that is you required. Okay, some 3 to 4 hours is enough. Don't afraid about, okay, I don't know database. We are not going joins or complex queries. In MuleSoft, we will not write that much complex queries in that. Only basic details required. Okay, but always database skills, any language or anything, you are in the software industry, you should know, you have to be, this database skills is required, API skills required. Okay, if you're afraid about that, okay, you have to be completely out of the software, it's okay, fine, but it is going to other tool, something like other Celonis process mining or some other tool. Okay, other also you're learning, like getting the jobs are very easy, right? So you need to learn database skills, are these are API skills are very common in that. Okay, this is a schema and this is a table. Schema is nothing but, okay, you can take root in the schema, under tables are there. I have city table is there, I'm connecting that. Okay, so what I will do, I need to connect this table in that. What I will do, okay, first I need to connect database localhost, because my database is where I installed here only, my local system. MySQL port number is 3306. If anything is there in the different, you can give it in that. So I need to give credentials for this. Okay, I'm just giving. Generally, we'll take a property file, but I'm showing to here in that. Okay, I'm not going to property file. Database, yes, I have a database. What is database? This is a schema, whatever. Vault is a database, right? You can test the connection here itself. Immediately you can other where is it connected successfully or not, while it is actually running, or your, instead of that, okay, you're going to running your, okay, like runtime environment, changing that, okay, in that place, or not connecting that, okay, time is going to waste, right? So here on itself you can test your connection whether you are able to connect or not. It is now connecting to my, either you have AWS something like that, test connection successful, right? Fine. Anywhere in that, okay, we can get a test connection successful. Okay, that's fine, right? So we are able to connect. Just write a query in that. Okay, basic query, select star from, what is my table? Already I have given world, so I just wanted to table name city, that's all. I'm not giving any conditions. We can do lot of conditions, only active city or something like only this, only for particular city is required, we can do that, but I'm not going to that. Okay, for just demo I'm checking that. Okay, connected, right? We connected database compilation, it will only we got a result in. So what I will do here, we connected database, but this database results are, what is the output is there, I'll show you that output. Okay, anyway, we need to convert into that, okay, JSON format. This is very important, transform message in that. But what I will do, the result I will connect it, like converted to JSON format. See that, okay, automatically I'm not given star, I given ID, name, country code, district, population, automatically we got it. ID, name, country code, district, population. I never mentioned star, I mentioned, that's what. If you specific IDs, then you can specific IDs, you will get it. Okay, the left side is, I told in that each and every component has input and output, input and output. You can see that, okay, okay, payload. And right side is that, okay, you need to do that, okay, target system, what you want actually. Okay, now what I will do that, I just wanted to, in the JSON format, just remove two. I'm not going details anywhere in that. Okay, we will write a database script here itself only. I'm writing payload. What is payload here? What is payload here? The response, whatever the response, this is the payload here. This is the array object type. What is I'm object type? I'm converting to just JSON type, just only one line, right? Okay, this is a data view language, but I'm not going detail. This header parameters in that. Okay, this is body. So I'm going this payload, okay, whatever this payload, transform into as a JSON. That's all. You will get a JSON. Okay, let me close it. Logger. Loggers are not important actually here in that, but you can see the track it. I'm just saying, okay, and that flow, right? Okay, fine. I have done in that. Okay, my configurations, everything is done. Let me run it. Just running. You can debug or run. Right? It is running now. So we need to wait for the deployed message. Right? We are deploying. Okay, ready to test. Once
Uh,
you that is deployed, you
Rajesh,
can
this
test.
is local deployment, or this is
Exactly.
we are deploying on some.
No. Actually, what happened? There is a mule server is there in the studio itself. Only tightly
Uh-huh.
bind in that. No need to configure anything. Just right click and deploy it in that. Okay, just run it. You can run it. Generally, what happened? Your development is done. Your deployment is good. There is any point. Okay, you have any point platform. You can in that. Okay, that any point platform is a cloud hub. There is a cloud platform. We need to deploy it in that. Yeah. Generally, what that will
Okay, so
cover in.
this is local test.
This is local test. Yeah, local. Otherwise, what happen if you deploy into that? Okay, something like okay in the cloud. I have anything. I'll show you that URL how it looks like. Yeah, this you see that. Okay, it's not this one. Yeah, you can see that something like that. Okay, something. This is a cloud.io. Your domain will come like that. The cloud.io. Your URL instead of your local host replacing this URL.
So Rajesh, here like in Mule, we have only cloud based servers, or we can have in-premises services also.
On premises, we can do that. We on premises also you need to download the server, your runtime
Mm-hmm.
server, and that is 1 month trial only. It will work. That is actually 30 days of trial. It will work. So you need to install that. Here, what happened on prem is now it is going to different. You have actually own data center. Generally, banking domain or insurance domains they have own data center, right? Bankings
Correct.
never actually integrate into cloud in that. So they
Cloud,
have
sure.
right. They have an IP address. Their VM they will give. The virtual machine
Mm-hmm.
they will give. You need to install Java runtime server. Sorry, the Mule runtime server. You install
Mm-hmm.
it and you can deploy it in it. I will cover in that okay in our syllabus on-prem installation also. On-prem how deployment also there. I'll show in that okay in our. So
Yeah.
now it is what happened. Instead of that also what they are going, they are taking an AWS or Azure one VM virtual machine and they are deploying to that. Okay, it is indirectly cloud only, but that's
Mm-hmm.
according to Mule is a on-prem it is because your server is installing on the virtual machine. Instead of they are using their cloud hub. Cloud Hub has actually default feature. No need to do anything. Just only one click in that. Okay, deploy any point platform, deploy Cloud Hub. It is going to Cloud Hub account, but you have username and password for that. Okay, that license.
Okay. So
Right.
that we
It
don't
will.
have any concept to build a like jar, var, or ER kind of.
No. You can do that, but not required in that. Okay. Either we are
Okay.
CI/CD will go not required.
Mm-hmm.
Either you can
Okay.
go for that or deploying that, but you require an on-prem. That definitely you require a jar file. Yeah, we can make it export to some Mule this jar file. Yes, if you are going to on-prem installation, this jar file is required again.
Okay.
So cloud
Okay.
is not required. Cloud hub is not required. We'll
Mm-hmm.
cover in that okay actual session in that okay. I will create in that jar file. We'll deploy
Sure.
into on-prem.
Sure. Sure.
Okay. So, yeah. Thank you. So deployed status is deployed. That means we don't have any error in that. Okay. I'm just clearing the console. Just I'm clearing the console. Now we can see that, right? So now what I'm doing, sending the result. You just wait for that. Okay, we got it. See, 200. Okay, response. We build up in that. Okay, all are JSON formats. All are JSON formats. Each record has. Okay, how database results are there. Each has JSON format. Right. So this is the way we can develop it, and you can go for that. Okay, check the logs. Logs is nothing but what happened. Flow started, flow ended. That means you understand. Oh, here started, here ended. My flow is right in that. Right. So that is actually development is there in that. So if you want to go for that, no, I don't want actually XML. I want. let me say XML, but XML is this output whatever it may be, just like this output. Okay, and just control it. What happened? The redeployment will start again. Is that okay? We'll get it. So I'll just redeployment. How it is there? See, the redeployment will happen. Just wait for that. It's going. The redeployment is there because you have done some changes. No need to actually restart the server. Control S, save it. Automatically redeployment happen. Now you can see one more request. Okay, so we have some trying to that. Okay, XML root we required. So that's what can go for that.
I think that should be output response or OR, OUR.
That is okay, fine. Them string I'm given, but I will do that. I'll make it string. Just actually root is required. That's all. Root means we'll convert it into XML. Of request on its way. Let me write that. Okay. So that's way. So we have like a JSON, and we can do that. Writing XML, evaluate expression. Okay. Second root. Is anything? Only one is there, right? Okay. Let's see that. No. No, it is not coming. While writing in that, okay, XML evaluating expressions. Multiple are there in that, okay. Okay, let me, what I will do, payload dot, only I'll give name. Okay, let's see that, because a lot of there in that, okay, we need to create in that, okay, root and that. XML we can prepare. What we can do that, right? So we can prepare here, we can prepare in that, okay. So here metadata. So how your looks like your XML is that, okay. I just wanted to make it actually, so you can go for that XML metadata. You can prepare your XML. My XML, how it ID is there, okay. You want to configure ID, so ID. So you can give that ID like that, okay. So what happened? So that's what basic you required. If somebody asked, right? Basic XML, JSON required. So your value is giving here. So we can replace it in the metadata. So we can get it in that. Let's see that. Otherwise, we'll prepare that. Okay, small XML. Let's see that. Okay, some small will prepare in that. So we'll go for that. Some XML. Okay, XML. New one. XML. Okay. Right. So what I will do, so okay, result, this result actually what happens is expecting in that, okay, something like, okay, root in that. It's not taking default. One element is stayed, it's okay, fine. Okay. In the result, what happened? So I want ID, just only ID will create it. Close that ID. Very simple in that, okay, writing in that way. So I'll give some value in that, right? I will map it in now. I told mapping in that, right? Just only ID will take it. So multiple values. If you want, you can give a name also. Before we actually some XML header, you will need to give what is XML header. Let me go sample XML. You will get it here. Something is there in the question mark is there. Okay, I don't have that. Okay, I'll take it. Anyway, I have already there. Instead of searching. Sorry, yeah, somebody is asking, you proceed. Output to, okay, something sample XML. I don't know where it is there. Let it be. Just copy for that. For example.
You wrote XML actually. Make it XML, then you'll get it. Yeah,
But
best one.
I think I got it. This XML version, this one is one if I want it. Okay. So I'm just giving this one. Yeah, right. So save as.
Also, in the last result, you forget to map that
Okay.
parenthesis.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, right. It's closed, and it is closed. Yeah. So right. So sample res. Okay. XML. Just I'll give database. Sample res. So what we will go? We will give add. Okay. XML or any name you can give it. We can get it. Right. So we can type XML type. So we have given example. Other schema is schema also we can find it. I have right response sample response. If any error is there, something error is there. I think that's what. Okay. What is error is there? Yeah, I think this XML version only problem. I think some problem is there. The problem is there, then we cannot load it in that. Let me go for that again. Browser, this is correct only, right? The problem is we cannot get it this one. Mm.
Can you check in W3 schools? There you will
Yeah.
get header.
Egypt. Double three only is coming first one. That only we are copying in that. Okay. That is what happened. The browser, right? It is browser is taking in that way. What we cannot open this
You
XML.
will get can you right click over there? You will get source code.
Source code. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Encoding is not written. Okay, fine. I think now again we will load it. What is this invalid content encoding? Correct only, right? Your name is samplers. Okay, sorry. We are giving different one, I think. Okay. Sampler, this one. Yeah, we got it. Okay, the result. Now it's okay, fine. It's loading now. Now, okay. So we will map it now. Okay, we'll delete it now. If you want, you can make it like that, default. So what I will do, ID, I will map it now. Now automatically what happened? We generally what happened, we need to write like that. Okay, open, actually I forgot in that open and close bracket. So we can, whatever, if you write in that, okay, string, we can map it in that. Okay, now we save it. We deploy, will do. Okay, done. So then we will get it. What happened? String type is string only, right? Okay, maybe ID is string. This is the problem. String only, right?
Might be in database it's a number. It's unable to
Numbers,
convert.
string, but
Yeah,
we convert.
yeah,
But okay,
really big.
we are unnecessary converting here. But why it is coming string in that way?
But typecasting should be there, I think. Auto
Yeah, yeah.
typecasting.
That's what when we drag and drop. But it should be number. I think we are not given in that number in that XML. Okay, fine. Otherwise, in one more number we can give in that. Okay, we'll get it in that. But it's okay. Yeah, we got it now. So we got it ID like that XML in that. So like that. So we can write it in that. Okay, name also we can get it in that way. Like everybody does in that way. Like okay. So we can map it in that way. So that's what. So we can give in that. So if you save it again, we need to load it. We can drag it in that. Okay, reload it in. We can remove that. Okay. Clear the metadata. So I can write it. Okay. So that is we can also do that one. We can close it once we will write it. Then load it again. So response. Name. Okay. So we got it. Same like that. We will map it in that. So ID is ID. That's a string type. I think we remove. It's not that. So again, name is name. We can match it, right? So anyway, I did that is string on. Then we will see that redeploy. Control S automatically redeployment happen. So that's why we can do that. Okay, mapping in that. Right. So we can get it name also. Right. So that is the way. Why it is not coming? Not map. It is not redeployed. Done. Name is name. Come on. It's correct only, right? Okay, okay. So it's coming like that. Okay, name is coming. Yeah, yeah. It's XML, right? It's coming like that. Okay. So fine. So it is coming down in the names. So we can, according to our how XML will prepare. So we can prepare that XML. So we can get it in that way. So if you want actually like a loop it on that, so then we can actually apply a data view language in that. So we want to loop it in that way. So we can apply in that. So whenever you have something like that, okay. So ID, right, dot. So we can get in that auto populated in that way. Okay, we can remove that. Okay, bracket. We can get it in that way. So that is there in that. Okay, so we'll go for that. Okay, data view session in that way we can detail in that. Okay, so how actually based on that ID, based on the name, we can actually sorting, we can do a lot of functions are there in the data view. So we can do that, right? So this is that. Okay, basic demo in that. So how the development is there. So don't worry about the tagging. This is actually going on practice. You can get it. So this also XML you will get it in that. Okay, so a response you will get it according to who are third party is giving. You can get it in. Right. So any questions in that before going to close the demo?
Yeah, Rajesh. One thing. Like
Please.
here, we developed one listener. So like there may be a chance like where we might need to expose more than 100 services. So we have to create 100 listeners or
No, no, no. Only one listener is there. What we can do that, okay, multiple XMLs are there in that. Okay? Same listener, we can do that. So we have actually like, okay, I don't have that source in that way, but okay, no, not like that. Okay, one source, and we have some flow reference, we can call some one flow to other flow. So there is actually, suppose, okay, so you want to call like that, we will develop in that. Even like that, okay, in the flow, multiple flows, even here also, we can create a one more flow. So we can create a one more XML file. So you can create it, simple configuration file. You can create it. Second flow too.
So that means like all the development will happen in the XML file, or we have to create some
Multiple
processes.
XML, see that multiple XML. Main XML is there, this one. So you can create here and you can reference, you can give, but no need actually HTTP listener here. You can start where you can develop in the logic, for example, request you're given, right? So source is not required. Okay. So what you do, this flow name, you can give a reference in that. So here, right? So what you will do that? So you have something here required. Okay. So what you will do, flow reference, you can type it and you can call it in that. So which flow you want? So we want actually flow to this one. The reference will go to here in that. Or else you want to go in that, okay, separate folder. When actually we do that, okay, multiple XML files. So there is actually RAML development also is a part in that, okay. Whenever you write an APIs, not in this way. Generally you will write in this way. First you write a specification in that, okay, RAML, and we export into flows. So when we actually doing that, okay, flows, it will come to that, okay, separate XML file. We'll make it and we will give it. I can show you that, okay, on the workspace, how it looks like, something like, okay. So like that, okay, you can develop it in that. So it's not actually like 100 in that. But if you go for that, okay, separate in that, okay, project separate interfaces, then you separate listeners. So most of the things not actually all in that. So something your functionality is there, order management, your create order, delete order, something is there. All are your clubbing in that, okay, one XML file. Sorry, one project in that, one interface, multiple XML files, multiple flows you can create. I can show you that.
Yeah, please.
Any questions also while opening that, okay, please ask it in that. Anybody in that have any questions or any other question in that?
Rajesh, how many things we are going to cover in this course?
Syllabus content, I can send it in that way. So she can send it in that, okay. So she will send it in that, okay, visual coordinator will send it in that, okay, content. So you can follow the content in that, okay. So it's a 1 month duration. So we can complete it. Monday to Friday we have classes and we have 7:30 or 7 o'clock, 7 to 8 a.m.
సార్ ఇప్పుడు బీకామ్ వాళ్ళకి ఎంబీఏ వాళ్ళకి ఇప్పుడు నేను ఎంబీఏ కదా నా క్వాలిఫికేషన్ ఎలిజిబిలిటీ దీనికి క్వాలిఫికేషన్ తో సంబంధం ఉంటుందా ఇది ఈ కోర్స్ అనేది?
అట్లని కాదు, క్వాలిఫికేషన్ సంబంధం ఉండదు అంటే యూ హ్యావ్ ఎ టాలెంట్ ఇన్ దట్, ఓకే, దే విల్ టేక్ ఇట్. సపోజ్ నేను ఇంటర్వ్యూ చేస్తున్నాను అనుకోండి, సో ఐమ్ టేకింగ్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ ఆన్ దట్, ఓకే, యూ హ్యావ్ ఎ గుడ్ నాలెడ్జ్ అండ్ MuleSoft. So I don't mind actually this qualification. Qualification doesn't matter. No, you have any graduation is there. That's all. So graduation ఉంది అంటే ఇట్స్ ఓకే ఫైన్. బట్ మీరు అది బీకామ్ ఉన్నారు లేతున్నారు అంటే యూ హ్యావ్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ ఇస్ కౌంటెడ్. దట్ ఈస్ యాక్చువల్లీ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ హస్ కౌంటెడ్.
నేను బీకామ్ అంటే ఇప్పుడు నాది ఎప్పుడో 5 years బ్యాక్ అయిపోయింది సార్. 2016 లో బీకామ్ అయిపోయింది. సో ఇది 4-5 years పెడితే ఇది నాకు అసలే కొత్త ఈ సాఫ్ట్వేర్ అనేది. అసలు మాకు ఇక్కడ టెక్నికల్ నాలెడ్జే లేదు మా. సో అందుకని ఇప్పుడు అంత పెట్టకుండా ఇప్పుడు ఎంబీఏ మీద 2+ పెడితే ఏమైనా కాల్స్ ఉంటాయి? 2 కానీ 2+ కానీ.
అలా మీరు ఎంబీఏ పెడితే బీకామ్ పెడితే క్లాస్ కాదు. కంఫర్టబుల్ ఉండాలి కదా. మీరు కొత్త ఉన్నప్పుడు ఫస్ట్ మీరు నేర్చుకుంటేనే వస్తుంది. మీరు ఎంబీఏ పెట్టుకున్నా ఏది పెట్టుకున్నా కానీ నేర్చుకున్న తర్వాతనే వస్తుంది. నేర్చుకోకముందు కష్టం. మీరు నేర్చుకోకముందు మీరు ఎంబీఏ మీద పెట్టినా రాదు. మీకు బీకామ్ మీద పెట్టినా ఒకటే, నేర్చుకున్న తర్వాత మీకు ఎంబీఏ పెట్టినా ఒకటే. మీకు జాబ్ ఉంటే ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ పెట్టుకుంటే వస్తుంది. సో ఏమీ తెలియకుండా కొద్దిగా కష్టం. ఎందుకంటే మీరు నేర్చుకోవాలి కొంచెం. ఏంటంటే ఇప్పుడు రిలేటెడ్ కాన్సెప్ట్స్ కూడా ఉంటాయి. ఏపీఐ రిలేటెడ్ థింగ్స్, XML, JSON. సో అది మీరు నేర్చుకోవాలి. నేర్చుకున్న తర్వాత అప్పుడు మీరు ఎంబీఏ సైడ్ 2 years పెట్టుకోండి, 3 years పెట్టుకోండి. మీకు 1 year కూడా వస్తున్నాయి కాల్స్. 1 year ఆల్సో ఫైన్. సో మీకు ఐ షో యూ. Okay, TFC services, I hope. Sorry, this is not this one. Yeah, see this, okay. So you have one only, I have a 1, 2, 3 something like, okay, some 4 types of services are there. So what happened? So I have only one listener. I don't have any listener. So what that is the flow. Can show you that. So only one listener is there. This is from actually Ramal we written. I'll show. So this only one listener will expose in that. Okay, all orders in that. So same listener I'm using. What I will doing actually here, I'm using in that okay flow reference. This flow reference, what happened? A separate XML I developed in that flows. So I can call. If you go for the refund, so this is there. So separate and developed in that. So what I will do, I'll call from here in flow reference. Like that, okay, I have 4 methods. So like that, okay, same listener, I can call you either maybe in that okay APS. So I can call in that okay same listener, right? So no need write actually like multiple. But the thing actually, your 100 APS, 100 APS are we cannot write it here. It's a actually functionality group it, right? So we are grouping in that way. So like that we can make it in that. So generally in that okay, all are some independence are there. Wherever it is required in that okay, we can make it in that. But it is not like that okay 100 APS. See one functionality we have something like order management. We have 4 APS. There is a something in the specific refund also. We have something 10 APS. We can club it in that.
Okay, okay.
Right. Yeah. Clear. So any questions?
But here, do we have any concept of like preparation of XSD or schemas or something?
Sorry. Come up again.
Okay, in Mule actually, do we have any concept of preparation of the XSDs or other like XSD schemas or something, or directly we can simply like just now we created one XML and we imported it.
We can outside it. No. We cannot actually do that. Okay. So we will actually some other notepad we can outside, but here we cannot actually prepare any XSD or XML in that way. But we will write an XML in that. Okay. In this way, how metadata we can create it outside and we can import it. There is no actually like a editor in that. Okay. Writing in that.
Okay, so we can say like Mule is more the preferable language of for the Mule would be like JSON, if I'm not wrong.
Not like that. Not like that. Okay. Anything. It is not like a
Okay.
JSON format is there in that. XML also we can write it. Even you have to write it in the code only. So we actually drag and drop in that okay. But we can suppose you can write it in that okay. That code also. Either you can drag and drop or
Okay, but we don't have any
Only
predefined
editor is
method.
not there.
You can
It's
also
like
write
that,
it in
right?
that way. So what is that? So I right. Because this JSON format, XML format, or anything, so you have some 17 or 18 formats supported. XSL you can do that. So you can do that. Okay, some other format you can do that. You have something like okay, XSLT is there, right? Excel format is there, CSV format is there. So mostly we will use JSON, XML, CSV format. These 3 formats we'll use in that. Okay. So in our business case also mostly we will use in that. In case of anything XSLT, some other formats are there, we can use it. So there is actually formats are there. You can documentation. We can clearly can see that. Okay, you can say go on documentation. You can see that. Okay, so we are running
So,
out of time. Okay, any
Rajesh,
questions?
just one question.
Yeah,
One question.
please. Yeah,
Are we able to give certification after this course?
yeah, 100%. Certification is completely covered in that. Okay, in our syllabus in that.
So,
Certification, yes.
so certification
Yeah,
means like which one? Like it's a basic certification or some advanced
MuleSoft developer certification.
developer? Okay, okay.
Yeah, MuleSoft developer certification is there. So you can write it. Yeah, that is happily that. Okay, that is very small syllabus in that. Okay, certification. Developer certification. You can see that. Okay. Training. So you can complete in the certification. So 1 month you can finish it. You can plan it. So this is certificate level. This one, certified developer. Okay, so we can cover it. These are all also you can cover syllabus in that. Okay, you can check that. Okay, syllabus content. Okay, right. So right. Thanks very much. So you have any questions, you can reach to that. Okay, Visual Path. So they will actually forward to me. I can answer you on that. Okay. So thanks very much. Okay, thanks attended in the demo. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yeah,
Rajesh.
yeah, yeah.
Rajesh, it will be helpful for if you can share these videos to us.
Yeah, definitely. But Visual Path will share you in that. You can ask it.
Okay, Sure. We'll message them.
Yeah, thank you very much.